This trade is still going down, man. Guys, there is too much money to take out from these markets. There is too much of it to go around, guys. Too much of it, and this powerful strategy is going to help you take your share of the profits from this market. So make sure you watch the video to the end. I'm going to be explaining how you can take advantage of the market using this very simple strategy, nothing complicated at all. Very simple indicator setups that will give you the direction of the market and also point to you an entry point, a good entry point, where you will likely take up to 20 candlesticks of the market before there is ever a spike. Now, if you see my screen, you'll notice that if anyone would have taken this trade here, if you short this market at this level, you see you would be in so much profit, and it's still going all the way down without any single spike. Well, I'm expecting a spike to come very soon, but just before that happens, you see how much profit one would have made from shorting this market right at this very zone. So this strategy is going to help you understand how you can see similar setups in the market, how you can see similar setups in the market. All right, I'll quickly show you guys the trading the indicators setups. So let's quickly check that out. We are using three powerful indicators for this strategy. We're using the moving average, we're using relative strength index, and awesome oscillator. Okay, moving average is going to help us with the direction of the market. We are going to be putting the moving average on our main charts. It's going to help us with the direction of the market, so that those who cannot read market structure by looking at the candlestick chart patterns and everything can easily detect the direction of the market. You know, when you have a clear direction where the market is going to, it is easy to find entries and, of course, hop on a trend. So this indicator is going to help us with that. And the relative strength index is going to point to us when price has come to key resistance zones, right? We are trading the Boom 1000 index markets. We are looking for resistance regions in the market. So our relative strength index is going to help us with that. And the awesome oscillator is going to tell us when price has actually gotten to that level, right? The RSI, the relative strength index, will tell us the point where price is likely to reverse from the charts to show us our key resistance zones and our key support zones. For the sake of this video, we are using the resistance zone because we want to be selling, right? We want to be selling the Boom 1000 index market. So while the RSI highlights the key zones, your awesome oscillator is going to help us. Detect when price has come to either of those zones, right? If price comes to our resistance zones, you know we want to be selling. If price goes to our support zone, you know we want to exit the market if we were still holding, right? That means you sell when price has hit your resistance zone as indicated by the indicators, and you exit when price has come close to a support zone. Okay, I'm going to explain all of that, so make sure you watch this video till the end. Now let's set up. Moving average, we are using period of 100, shift of 1, method exponential, apply to close. Levels are not needed, so you skip. For visualization, we are using all time frame, of course. And then for your colors, right, for the styling, you can simply just copy what I'm doing here. If your chart background is white, but if your chart background is black, then you should go with bright colors. Okay, so for moving average style, I'm using black color, and you click done and you see it on your chart. This is it, right? The next one would be the relative strength index. Period of 5, apply to low. Levels 85 and 15. All right, let's 85 and 15. And for the levels, you want to change the color to color of your choice. You can use black if your background is white, and you can choose bright colors if your background is dark. For me, I'm using black, and you will see when I clicked on okay for the next page, this which is the first page, make sure you style the colors according to the background of your chart. Make sure it is as the color of the background of your chart. Okay, so you click done when you're done with that, and you will have your indicators ready. Okay, and then we are going to be adding awesome oscillator colors. You can see I'm using green and red. They are going to be visible on my chart, so make sure yours too is visible on your chart. You don't need any other setup here, so just leave it as it is and click done when you're done with that. Okay, so how do we find setups like this one? All right, how do we even know what to do when price is showing us these same setups, right? First thing first, you want to know the direction of the market. So you want to look at your moving average on your main chart and be sure that it is running across price levels, right? Make sure that the price is running under the moving average on your main chart. Okay, for example, you see here the moving average is on top while price is running below it. Okay, so I'm going to explain why this would be a perfect entry, why this would have been a nice entry for anybody who trades Boom 1000 index market. So you want to see that for a while the moving average on your main chart has been running above the price level. Okay, you want to see that happens. That signals a downtrend. And you want to also go to the 15 minutes time frame and ensure that there is a bearish momentum in the market. Ensure that there's a bearish momentum in the market. Make sure to see the closing price like this. Make sure you see that there is a bearish momentum. Make sure that the price closes bearish on the 15 minutes time frame before you even make an entry. Okay, before you even make an entry, make sure you see a bearish closing of the 15 minutes time frame. And then on your indicator window, you want to see that your awesome oscillator, which are the green and red lines running across the indicator window, you want to see that they come to your resistance zone as indicated by the RSI indicator. Okay, you want to see that this indicator has come to the 85 level of the RSI. You want to see that your awesome oscillator is at the level 85 of your RSI, and you also want to see that it changes from green to red and it's printing downwards, just like what's going on here. Once you see that, you want to see price closing below your moving average on the main window. Okay, so this is it. Seeing a closing price below your moving average on the main window, that would prompt you to sell the Boom 1000 index market at that moment. So you take a sell and you simply count up to 20 candlesticks and you leave the market. If you can also hold to the next low, you exit just before the next low of the market, right? You just exit before the next low, right? Or you can as well exit when your awesome oscillator, when your awesome oscillator has come to the level 15 of the relative strength index, right? Once it comes close to level 15, you don't have to wait for it to get to level 15. Once it comes close to level 15, you can exit. Or you see that the colors are already changing to green, then you can exit the market. But the safest to do is to leave the market after you've seen up to 10 or 15 or 20 candlesticks. Just leave the market. Disregard anything else that happens and look out for another setup like that Okay, so I'm just going to back test and I'll show you how this plays out nearly all the time. This is it. This is it. The awesome oscillator gets to the RSI level 85 and then changes to red and starts printing downwards from there. And then price is now moving below your moving average on the main chart. And once it closes below the moving average on the main chart, that signals a sell. And on the 15 minutes time frame, you can see we had more than one bearish closing price. You can see we had more than one bearish closing price. This is 15 minutes time frame, so when you go back to the 1 minute time frame, you can see we're just somewhere around there. So this is why we had this entry. This is why we had this entry. And if you sit back and just study the market and see all of that playing out again, then that's your opportunity to make your money. All right, it's that simple. The strategy doesn't require you to know too much. You just have to follow what I explain in this video. Okay, you just have to follow it faithfully, and you'll be able to milk the market yourself. But it is very important to learn to do without these indicators. So it is something you should consider learning the price action trading system. You don't need the indicators if you know how to analyze the market without them, right? If you know how to study the chart patterns to interpret the candlesticks, then you don't need these indicators. The reason why you wouldn't need these indicators is because the indicators lag, right? They lag sometimes. They tend to repent sometimes. So you just have to make sure that they are following price movement closely before you can take a trade. So make sure you're always on the lookout for a setup that you are familiar with. Excuse me. So let me show you guys how this works for the crash 1000 market. Okay, the crash 1000 index market, we want to be buying. Wow, this would have been an entry for me, but it has gone far already, so I'll just allow it to go. Right, so this time around we are looking for a bullish closing on 15 minutes time frame. Right, you're looking for a bullish closing, right, above the, just like what we have here, above the moving average. And then we want to see that our awesome oscillator comes to the level 15 of the RSI indicator, right? I want to make sure that it comes to the level 15 this time around, and then it is showing green, right? Once it prints green and it's printing upwards, it's moving upwards, that's your signal. And also you want to see that your 100 period moving average is running below price level, right? You want to see that price is running above the indicator on the 1 minute time frame. All right, so you take it buy and then you leave the market on the the previous high, right? Before price gets to the previous high, you exit the market, or you can as well exit after like 10, 15 to 20 candlesticks, just to be on the safer side. It's that simple, guys. If I back test, you would definitely see more of similar results. This is it. Definitely see more of similar results, and of course this is it. All you have to do is just be very observant of the charts. Make sure you are consistently looking at the chart, and once you see all those confirmations, it is your opportunity to make profits out of the market, guys. It is your opportunity to make profits out of the market. So I'll be dropping my WhatsApp number in the description box of this video. I'll also leave our free Telegram group link so that you can join in and be a part of what we have on that platform, and just do the most for yourself, guys. Do the most for yourself. All right, our mentorship program is commencing soon, so make sure you join in. It's quite affordable. Make sure you reach out if you're interested. I'll be teaching you my personal strategy. I'll be breaking down market structure. I'll simplify the whole idea of market structure. I'll make sure you understand how the market works just by looking at the candlestick chart patterns. The market is supposed to be very easy to understand. All right, if your strategy is not easy to teach somebody, if it's not easy to even learn, then you should look for a simple strategy that really works, right? Because the market is supposed to be very easy to understand. Once you are able to identify the direction, once you see where most traders are going to in the market, you'll be able to make informed decision, guys. It's not that hard. So in my classes, I'll make sure I teach you guys every single step of the way how you analyze the market from top till finish. So reach out to me. My WhatsApp number will be in the description box of this video. Reach out, and let's get you started.